Okay, boys and girls, this week and next week, we are going to be talking about expository text again. That is our genre for this study, is expository text. And do you remember what expository text means? We're reading for what? Is this fiction or nonfiction? Expository text means we are reading for information, yes, and that means that this is non-fiction, okay? So we're reading for information. It says, look at the chameleon in the photograph. This little animal has adaptations that help it to survive in the environment. Our essential question is what helps an animal survive? So we're going to be talking all week about adaptations that help animals survive. The chameleon can change its skin color to camouflage it from predators. It can wrap its long tail around branches. Find other adaptations you think the chameleon has. Describe the chameleon's adaptations and tell how they help the animal to survive. We're not going to be talking to any partners, so don't worry about that part of the directions. Now, in order to type into these boxes, you're going to click in the box. So let's think of some adaptations that help the chameleon survive. Okay, so let's click in that box, and then it's going to open a box like this, and you're going to type in it just like we've done in class before. So one of the things I can think of right away is what happens to the skin of the chameleon? So the color of skin is good for hiding in trees. That picture right there, the chameleon kind of look like what? A, a leaf, right? So if your box looks like this, that's okay because you can scroll and then see it, okay? So color of skin is good for hiding in trees. So we're going to type that in the one circle. And then still talking about the color of the chameleon's skin, I'm not talking about the color anymore, but we're still talking about the skin. Look at that skin. It kind of looks bumpy, or what's another adjective to describe the chameleon's skin? Rough. Rough skin. What do you think that rough skin helps it to do? What is it doing for the chameleon? Rough skin helps protect the chameleon. Yes, the rough skin helps protect the chameleon. And then if I'm looking at this chameleon, we talked about its skin, but I'm seeing this long, oh, what is that? A long leg. Yes, a long leg. And what does the long leg help the chameleon do? Look, it's on a branch. So what would those long legs help the chameleon do? The long legs are for what? Climbing. Yes, very good, for climbing. Now, I want you to come up with your own idea of adaptations that the chameleon has to help it camouflage or protect itself against predators. There's one more thing, and it has to do with those legs, but it's down at the bottom. I'm not going to give you the answers. You're going to have to type it into the box. Okay? Click the arrow to go to the next page. Now remember, boys and girls, we have all these cool features on here. And so you can click the plus button and zoom in. Ooh, and then you can drag your screen over. And yes, it can make those little glitches and it doesn't look like it's dragging. Just mess around with it and try to get to this page right here. Now, we are going to learn about animal adaptations, which is what it says right here. And remember that essential question, what helps an animal survive? Read about ways different animals adapt to their environments.
What would you do if you saw a skunk raise his tail? If you knew anything about skunks, you would run in the opposite direction. Skunks have a built-in survival system. They can blast a predator with a horrible-smelling spray produced by the glands under their tails. The special ways that animals have to survive are called adaptations. These include physical traits, such as the skunk spray, and animals with bright colors and markings that warn predators that they are poisonous. Some animals can sense the smallest vibrations in the ground. Others hear sounds from miles away. An adaptation can also be a behavioral trait. An example of a behavioral trait would be birds that migrate south every winter to avoid harsh temperatures. Staying warm. Brrr. Imagine living in a place where the average annual temperature is an extraordinary 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Welcome to the Arctic tundra of Alaska, Canada, Greenland, and Russia, home of the caribou. To stay warm, caribou have 2 layers of fur and a thick layer of fat. They also have compact bodies, only 4 or 5 feet long. Caribou can weigh over 500 pounds. The tip of the caribou's nose and mouth is called a muzzle. It is covered in short hair. This hair helps to warm the air before they inhale it into their lungs. It also helps to keep them warm as they push snow aside to find food. When a skunk turns and sprays a predator, the foul-smelling mist can travel up to 10 feet.
That is insane that the skunk's mist can travel up to 10 feet. Wow, that explains a lot why even if you're not near a skunk, you can smell it, and sometimes you can smell it on your clothes. Okay, let's look over here where it says find text evidence. Read paragraphs 1 through 2. Main idea and key details. Oh, we've talked so much about main ideas and key details in Mrs. McMahon's class. So this part should be a little easy for us. I know we can do it. Circle the sentence that states the main idea in paragraph 2. So this is paragraph 1. We have our indent there. Remember, that's our tab key when we're typing. And then we have another indent here. So this must be paragraph 2. Let's reread that. The special ways that animals have to survive are called adaptations. These include physical traits such as the skunk's spray and animals with bright colors and markings that warn predators that they are poisonous. Some animals can sense the smallest vibrations in the ground. Others hear sounds from miles away. An adaptation can also be a behavioral trait. An example of a behavioral trait would be birds that migrate south every winter to avoid harsh temperatures. So it says circle the sentence that states the main idea in paragraph 2. And usually that main idea is towards the beginning. Do you see it yet? Click your pen and let's pick the orange color. And I'm going to make mine a little bit thicker so that we can see it, okay? The main idea of paragraph 2 is the special ways that animals have to survive are called adaptations. That's all this paragraph talks about is animals' adaptations. Then it says underline the details about physical traits that help animals to survive. Let's pick green and let's find those physical traits. What does the skunk do that is a physical trait? The skunk spray. Yep. And then some animals have what to warn off predators? Bright colors and markings that warn predators that they are poisonous. And what can small animals do? Small animals can sense the vibration of the ground. If it looks a little messy like Mrs. McMahon's, that is okay. And then others can hear sounds from miles away, like our dogs. Our dogs can hear sound before we ever do. So you're going to click the check mark, and then we need to summarize. So, summarize the caribou's physical adaptations on these lines. So they have a few things that help them in these harsh, cold temperatures. Okay. I want you to reread this and start looking for those adaptations that help caribou to stay warm. Oh, to stay warm, right here. Caribou have 2 layers of fur and a thick layer of fat. And what else do they have that helps their noses? Yes, the tip of the caribou's nose and mouth is called a muzzle. It is covered with short hair that helps to warm the air before they inhale. So we're going to type that all right here. So once again, you're going to click in the box and you're going to type, and you're going to have to type in a few lines at a time. So the first line, we're going to say the caribou has 2 layers of fur, comma. The caribou has 2 layers of fur, comma. The caribou has 2 layers of fur. And once again, boys and girls, if you want to pause this video and go in and do this in your companion right now, go ahead, click pause, go type that into the box and come back to this video. You can do that for all of the videos. You can click pause, go do the work, come back and watch the rest of the video. So you're going to click add, and then you're going to click in the next box. What else do they have that protects them? They have a layer of fat and hair on their muzzles. So they have a layer of fat, comma, and hair on their muzzles. Remember, their long noses are called muzzles. So click pause, go type this into the second line. A layer fat and hair on their muzzles. Click add, go to the third line. And what does that hair do? What does all of this do? The layer of fat, the fur, and the hair on their muzzles, it keeps them warm. That keep them warm. All of those adaptations are there to help keep the caribou warm. So once again, you can pause right here, go back and fill this in, and then come back to the video. Click add, And then you're going to double check and make sure we answered all the questions there. And we did. So click the arrow over here that says next page. Okay.
Finding food. Every day, a caribou eats over 6 pounds of lichen. Caribou have unusual stomachs. The stomach's 4 chambers are designed to digest lichen. It is one of the few foods they can find in the winter. Even so, caribou still have a tough time in the coldest part of winter, when their food sources decline. That's why they travel from the tundra to a large forest area, where food is easier to find. When the melting snow dribbles into streams, they know it is time to return up north. Insects in disguise. Look closely at the photo of the tree branch. Can you spot the insect? It is a phasmid. Some phasmids are known as leaf insects or walking sticks. Phasmids look like leaves or twigs. These insects can change colors to really blend in with their surroundings. In this way, they are camouflaged from predators. It's as if they disappear from sight. These insects are nocturnal, which means that they are active at night. This is another adaptation that helps them avoid predators. It's hard to spot these insects in daylight, let alone at night. Lichen can grow in extreme temperatures. This phasmid is called a walking stick because it looks like a stick with legs.
Okay. So let's look over here at the side and see what we need to do. It says read paragraph 1, photograph and caption. Underline the details in the text that support the photo and caption. So here's the photo of the caribou. And lichen can grow in extreme temperatures. And what does it look like the caribou is doing here? Eating the lichen. Very good. So we need to underline in the text that supports this picture. So we're going to click our little pen and let's go with blue this time. And in paragraph 1, what sentence is going to support this picture that the caribou is eating lichen? And look at all that snow. And it says lichen can grow in extreme temperatures. Yes, it is one of the few foods they can find in the winter. Very good. Now, we are looking at prefixes, and prefixes, boys and girls, come before the word. The prefix un or un means not. Circle the word that has un prefix. So we need to look in paragraph 1 and find the word that starts with un. Do you see it yet? It's in the second sentence. Unusual stomachs. Unusual. Circle that. And then, it says write the words meaning below. So unusual means what? So we can click the check mark. We can click it on the line. And unusual means not usual. So it's not common, boys and girls. Do you have unusual stomachs? Okay. Do you have different chambers? No, so it's unusual. Not every animal has 4 chambers for their stomachs. And I know one of you is going to talk about a cow. I know you would. And yes, they have chambers in their stomachs too, but it's not a common thing that animals have. Okay, that's rare. Now, our next question says write key details to summarize the Adaptations of a phasmid. So here's that picture of a phasmid. What adaptations does a phasmid have? Right, key details to summarize that adaptation of phasmids. Well, remember I said look close, boys and girls. Look closely at the photo. Yeah, because it kind of looks like a twig or a leaf. And what else can it do to blend in to its background? Yes, it can change colors to blend into its surrounding. And one more feature or adaptation of a phasmid. Yes, it is nocturnal, which means what? They're active at night. So, click on the line. Look like leaves or twigs change colors. Now, you can pause this video, go back to your companion, and type this in. Look like leaves or twigs change colors. Very good. And we're going to say to blend into their surroundings. Yep, they look like leaves or twigs change colors to blend into their surroundings. Okay, once again, you can hit pause and go back and type this in to blend into their surroundings. Let's slide over to the next page. Oh, do you see? Mine does that too. Just let go, let it finish doing its little shaky thing, and then you can slide it again. Okay? This can be a little hard. Remember, we've done this before in class, and it can be a little challenging, but I know you can do it. Just take a deep breath and then try again. Mrs. McMahon's does the same thing. It gets shaky, and as long as I let go, it should focus back. If it doesn't, remember, it saves automatically. Go back in. You can exit the companion, go back into the companion. It might not show on your end your work right away that was saved from before, but I will see it eventually. Sometimes it takes a few minutes and then boom, it's there. Okay? Don't worry about it. Let's listen to this last part here.
Water, please. In Florida's vast Everglades ecosystem, the dry season is brutal for many plants and animals. Alligators have found a way to survive these dry conditions in the freshwater marshes. They use their feet and snouts to clear dirt from holes in the limestone bedrock. When the ground dries up, the alligators can drink from their water holes. Other species benefit from these water holes too. Plants grow there. Other animals find water to survive the dry season. However, the animals that visit alligator holes become easy prey. The normally motionless alligator may pounce on them without warning. But luckily, alligators eat only a few times each month. Many animals take their chances and revisit the alligator hole when they need water. In the end, it's all about survival. The alligator's physical adaptations include its log-shaped body. Other animals have trouble spotting the motionless alligator in the water.
Okay. So over here on the side, it says headings. Why is water please a good heading for this section? Water please. Why is that a good heading? Remember, we turn the prompt around. So we're going to say, water please is a good heading. Water please is a good heading. You can click pause, go back, write this in your companion, and then come back to the video. So water, please, is a good idea. Then I'm going to click the next line. For this section, because the main idea, for this section, because the main idea is about how animals and plants, what? Animals and plants need and use. What is it all about? Water. Yes, very good. And then click add. Remember, pause the video and then come right back. If you have your tabs opened here, it's real easy to go back and forth to your tabs. Okay, then it says underline the main I underline all the details in the caption and text about adaptations that help an alligator to survive. So in that caption, let's use orange so it shows up since it's really dark there. The alligator's physical adaptations include a log-shaped body. Other animals have trouble spotting the motionless alligator in the water, so it kind of looks like a log, so it's nice and long. So that's one physical adaptation. But what's another one? It's in the first paragraph. Oh, they use their feet and snouts to clear dirt from holes in the limestone bedrock. Very good. So how does the shape of an alligator help it survive? What inference can you make about how the shape of an alligator helps it survive? You can pick any color you want, boys and girls, and you can write it right here, okay? So you can write what you think it is. It could be a few words, a complete sentence. You can write it right here. And then you can click check and it will save your answers all on this page and Mrs. McMahon will be able to see it on her end. That is it for your companion work for the day. I will post the other pages and you can watch those videos to do the work that we would do in our companion. I hope you are staying safe and I will talk to you soon.